Hello, let's write a simple Python code which will help us to create folders with names from Excel sheet. I will show you two versions of code. In first one we will create folders using just one column, and in another we will use multiple columns. First, let's create two folders. One for our Excel file, let's name it data, and second for storing our created folders, let's name it result. In data folder, let's create our first Excel file, test1, and fill it with test data, for example weekdays. Okay, now we can move to our code. We will use two libraries, one for reading Excel file and another for creating folders. You will need to install just OpenPixel library. OS is already installed with Python standard library. Let's start by assigning two variables, one to result folder. Enter full path to this folder and add a before first brackets. This allows to write path using 1/ instead of 2, and second is for our Excel file. Okay, now we can load our Excel file. In brackets put variable for our just created Excel file path. Next we define which sheet we want to use. We will use default one, sheet 1. Let's define a variable, we will store all our names. Let's name it column-values, it will be a list. Cell.value gets us what we want, the name in the cell, but we need to go only through specific columns and rows. Let's see again what rows and columns we need. We need second column and from row 2 to row 8 included. We will need to use two for loops, one to get area where our names are and another to go through them one by one. Let's write call in sheet.iter-calls, and in brackets we will add our area. Min row will be 2, max row will be 8, but we will put none. Code will work just fine, it will automatically search for filled cells. Min call will be 2 and max the same 2, because we want just this one column. And the second for loop is to go through all our cells, just add for cell in call. Before creating our folders, it will be useful to check if we're getting all names which we wanted. As I said, we created a list with all folder names. Now we just need to write simple for loop to go through that list's values one by one. It will be for value in column values, print our value. Everything looks good, now we can create folders. We will use similar for loop as for testing. Just define that folder name will be equal to value, and directory where we will create folders. Let's name it base_dir is equal to result location. From OS library we will use makedir method to create a folder and OS path join to join the new folder path where folder will be created. And this is it. We can run the code. We can see that all folders are created. Let's delete them and move to our part where we name folders using multiple columns from Excel. In data folder, let's create another Excel file test2 and fill it with test data, for example year and month. This time our folder will have a name which consists of all three columns, number, year and month. Okay, let's move to our code. First, what we need to do is to change Excel file name which we will use. Now it will be test2. I will comment the old code. And for new code we just repeat 3 times the code which we had for one column to gather all cell values to one list. This time we will have 3 lists in one list. To access these columns we will use list slicing. If in square brackets we will put 0, we will get first list and our first column. If we put 1, we will get second column, and with 2 we will get third. To create a name from these 3 columns we need to join them together. We will use one-liner with string format and a zipper. This time for loop goes through result. Let's comment the next for loop and run the code. We can see that all 24 folders will be created. So the final thing what we need to do is to uncomment last for loop and change that this time we are looping using result variable. And that's it. Let's see the result. All folders created successfully. You saw how easy we can automate folder creation from Excel using Python. Hope you liked. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section. You will find the code in video description. If you liked this video, please leave a like and hit the subscribe button for more Python videos.